Stories you'll find hopefully valuable, and you can do some really interesting techniques, some tools. Some of my favorite techniques and tools to teach, whether I'm in corporate, whether I'm training entrepreneurs or business people, again, to be their best selves, to skyrocket their career, to command attention, command respect, and have high influence, high levels of influence. And that way you're going to get promoted, you're going to get hired, you're going to get recognized, you're going to get seen as valuable. Whether you're in a company, whether you own your own company, whether you're on a date, whatever it is, you want to be seen as highly valuable and highly influential. Heck, whether you want to influence your friends to go to a movie or do something that you want to do versus doing something they want.
I'm using that room upgrade example.
Yeah.
Your phrasing is, I know it's not in your policy, but I want an upgrade anyway.
Yeah, you got it. Be nice and sort of.
Is it better if it's say like, what's the difference? Maybe perhaps there's nuances in NLP that say, I know it's not in your policy. What can you do for me?
You could do that. I'd be more. If you leave it ambiguous, they're gonna be like, well, nothing really. But if you keep repeating, cool, but I'd like one anyways. Cool, I'd like an upgrade anyways. Cool, yeah, your manager's in Hawaii. I don't, that's great. He probably is, but I want an upgrade anyways. There's no rooms left. There probably is no room left, but I want one anyways, right? Be firm and specific. Yeah.
I want this.
You got it. And that's a lesson. In fact, that's a great question, great point, because that's a metaphor for anything. The more direct you are with people, the more concise and short you are, the more powerful and assertive and convincing you are. When we dance around things, we talk too much, we talk too long, we're not concise, we blah, blah, blah on about what we want, it dilutes everything. And it appears that we're not confident when we talk too much. So yes, direct, concise, ask for exactly what you want. Ladies especially too, ask for exactly what you want, especially when you're talking to men. Oh my God, you got to tell us exactly what you want. This is a fun tool. This is how, we may know it role playing, but I want to explain how this works anyways. So this is how to kind of get your way, not in a negative way, but this is how to get your way, and feel free to take a picture. If there's a salesperson trying to oversell you, with friends as well, let's say they call in a favor and they're guilt tripping you to get refunds even where there's no refunds offered, or we don't give refunds, or if someone's guilt tripping you. And it's very simple, 3 steps. Agree with the person, then state your point or your purpose, and then repeat. So let's say I had a magazine salesman, he was selling something, come to my door in my condo. And they're like, hey, we got this thing for sale. It's the best ever. And I'm like, cool, it probably is. So agree with them. You're right, it probably is the best ever. It was a magazine. It probably is the best ever magazine. Great, but I don't want it. I'm not interested. Yeah, but it's probably better than all the magazine, because I'm an environmentalist, blah, blah, blah. I don't read a lot of paper. He's like, but it's way better. We're environmentally friendly. We only do 12 issues a year. It's very valuable. I'm like, you're probably right. I'm sure it is, and I don't want it. Well, you should really buy it. Your neighbor just bought it, and all the people down the hall just bought it, and it's got some great reviews. And like, yeah, you're probably right. I don't want it.
How long should you hold the gaze?
Good question.
Yeah, there's a borderline between being aggressive.
You got it. Exactly. It's like I can see your soul. Exactly. So good question. And you want to break a little bit, or if you're like, you're thinking a little bit, without being all over the place or looking down every time they look back at you. You could be 5, 10, 15 seconds. That's really interesting. You mentioned, for example, that's really interesting. You mentioned that you asked that question. I'm really glad, because it's going to help everyone out. And it makes me think, and you can look away quickly and go back, about how intelligent you are, and they have really cool sunglasses, right? So play with it. If you're clearly making them uncomfortable, then maybe shorten a little bit. There's not, no. It depends on the person too. Yeah, exactly, before they shoot you. So there's not really a golden rule. But again, you use your judgment and do it longer. Here's a tip. Do it longer than it makes you feel comfortable for. By the way, share everything you do with passion, power. Get excited about it. Because people don't care what you do. They care why you do it. They care how passionate you are about it. People may not care that I'm a coach, but how excited and passionate I get when I talk to people. What I do, that is what people love. That's what people resonate with, my passion and excitement. It's actually called in NLP, it's called a pattern interrupt. It interrupts that pattern. You might actually have seen Tony Robbins in some of his talks. He cuts people off. They're telling a story or saying something disempowering. He'll actually cut them off because it's called, and it's not to be rude, it's to interrupt that negative behavior, that negative mindset, and the negative pattern. So what you do, and you can even ask your gremlin or your monkey, hey, what's your name? You know, this voice that says you can't do this, you're not good enough, the voice, what's your name? Find a name. Ask it in its name. My monkey is George. So ask this monkey your name, or the gremlin. And then what do you do when George or you know, my client had a client, his gremlin was Negator, which was kind of a cool name. Or I had a client, he's like, I have a whole bunch of monkeys. There's like 12 of them. I'm like, oh, interesting. And then he's like, I'm going to call them the Board of Directors of Stupidness. So that was his. And it helps, again, I won't explain why, it helps to ask the voice, what's your name? Trust me, ask the voice, what's your name? And then what you do when that voice acts up, starts telling you, oh, they're not going to like your presentation, you're going to screw it up, you're not going to do well, whatever permutation, you're not good looking enough, you're not pretty, whatever this crap is that goes on. What do? Shut up! Shut up, monkey, or shut up, George, shut up, gremlin, shut up, Negator. Literally, do this. Superman, Superwoman pose. All right. You know, woman of steel, man of steel, nothing can touch you, you're invincible. You know, head up, head high, chest out, you know, either hands on hips or fists on hips, you know, standing tall and proud, you're awesome. And now, try to be sad. Really, try to be sad. Try to be sad. It's in this position, the power position, stay there, try to be sad. Exactly, it doesn't work, does it? Your body language, your body affects your brain as much as your brain affects your body. I guess I'll just reiterate that. Be brave and do something that makes you scared every day. Do something that makes you uncomfortable every day. And are you afraid of something? Good. It means it's important to you. If you weren't afraid of it, it wouldn't be important to you. So do something that scares you every day. If you fear it, good. It's in front of you for a reason. Do it anyways. Just push through that discomfort instead of being uncomfortable for a long period of time because you're unhappy you haven't done it. Push through it. Push through the temporary discomfort and you'll be happy.